Hi, I am Chef Sandy. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to my galley. Well, I'm not actually in the Yacht's galley today. I'm here in New York filming in studio, but most of the time I am chefing aboard my 62-foot luxury sailing catamaran, La Rev, and we sail in the Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, the Bahamas, and New England in the summers. We love to take guests aboard and just have a fabulous charter, typically a week long, and we have a great time and we cook great meals just like the one that we're about to do today. So today we are going to be doing a Mexican fiesta, first of all, and I'm very excited about this. So I'm super stoked because we're going to have for dessert a special treat, and we'll talk about that later. So first we're going to start by making some Borracho beans. So these are going to be a fabulous side that will go along with our flank steak fajitas. And with the fajita, I'm really excited to do a new technique that is not new to maybe everyone, but I've recently started doing, and I think a lot of people it would be new to, and that is cooking by using sous vide. So we'll talk about that as we get into the fajitas, but the first thing we'll do is start our Borracho beans, and then we'll get the rest of it going. So I'm going to power up my cooktop, and I'm gonna bring my pan to a medium-high heat, and we're going to add in, the first thing we'll do is cook some bacon. The bacon that I like to use is actually pre-cooked. You can certainly use regular bacon, but with this pre-cooked bacon, once I render it, it won't give off enough fat that I have to worry about draining it, etc. So I'll go ahead and add the bacon to my pan. I'll go ahead and add our beans. Today I'm using kidney beans. You can use pinto beans, black beans, really any bean that you like, and it'll come out great. But today we're going to be using the kidney beans. They're beautiful. These are the dark red ones. They also have the pink ones, but today it's the dark ones. So we'll add that to the bacon just while the bacon is cooking. And this is great too because it's one that you can really just put everything together, and then once it comes up to temp, you can kind of turn it down and just let it simmer, and all those flavors will mingle, and it's delicious. Then I'll add some cilantro. That's excellent. I have some green onion. This is about a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to add that whole thing. We have about a teaspoon and a half of garlic. I'm going to add that in. Then I have some jalapeno peppers diced right here. You can add as much or little as you like. I'm probably going to add a good teaspoon because I like it a little on the spicy side. Also, if you're working with peppers, any kind of pepper, and you don't want it to be too spicy, you can remove the seeds as well as that white membrane inside, and then that will dial down the heat on your pepper, okay? So I'm gonna give this a little bit of a stir. And then we have two more special ingredients. The first is, these are the chopped tomatoes that have the peppers and onions inside. So these are delicious. A lot of times they're used in that queso dip. So I'm adding those to my bean mixture, and that's looking good. I don't know if you can hear that bacon sizzling, but it is. I'm gonna add the rest of those. And the key ingredient here is a beer. So these are Borracho beans, and Borracho means drunk. So we're not really gonna get drunk, but we are going to add this beer into the mix. And that is just all going to cook down and be delicious while we're working on our flank steak fajitas. So we'll be right back and get those fajitas rolling. Experience the wonder of a holiday at sea in the Virgin Islands or New England on your very own private yacht. You'll experience a fantasy-filled week of white sand beaches, amazing sunsets, gourmet meals, and the best time you can possibly imagine. Make memories with your friends and family that you will never forget. Email us at info@sailthedream.com or visit www.sailthedream.com for more details. Have you ever said, "I'll take that dream vacation someday"? Well, at Cool Cat Charters, someday is now. We offer all-inclusive private yacht charters at every price point, for the more budget-minded traveler up to a full luxury experience. Come celebrate your special occasion or just schedule a family getaway in the gorgeous Caribbean islands. Sail the beautiful islands of the Caribbean and see why so many people just can't get enough. Visit coolcatcharters.com to see a listing of our featured yachts, or contact us to learn more about the many other sailing and motor yachts available for charter in the islands. Hi, welcome back. Okay, we're ready to work on our flank steak fajitas, and I'm super excited to talk about this technique of cooking called sous vide. Sous vide cooking basically is cooking at a very consistent temperature in a water bath. And what you do with your protein is you put it in a plastic bag. You can use a Ziploc baggie or you can use a vacuum sealer. If you do use a Ziploc baggie, you want to make sure that you get all the air out of your bag. This is a piece of flank steak, and I have just marinated it, or not really marinated, but seasoned it with just some salt and pepper, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and some olive oil. So the way this works is I'll put this in the sous vide. It takes probably, I like to cook this for about 90 minutes at 149 degrees. So once I do that, it will be all set. So I just put that, I make sure all the protein is submerged. I kind of fold my little baggie over the top to make sure it doesn't fall in. All I need to do now is let that sit there and cook and just don't disturb it. Because it takes a while, like I said, between 45 and 90 minutes, I went ahead and prepared one ahead of time. So I have my flank steak right here, and I have marinated this also in a combination of lime juice, olive oil, garlic powder, comino, and a little chipotle pepper powder, okay? And also I added a little bit of jalapeno. So this one is all pre-marinated and ready to go. So what I'm going to do with that, anytime I cook a protein in sous vide, they don't come out looking gorgeous. So I really prefer to go ahead and finish all my proteins either on a grill outside or in a grill pan. Today we're using a grill pan, and we're just going to put it over medium-high heat. It's cooked through, but we're just going to sear it off so it looks beautiful. So I'm just going to take this back to my grill pan and put it on. Okay, so we've got our borracho beans cooking, we've got our flank steak searing off, and right now I have some peppers and onions here on my pan. So when we plate everything up for our fajita, we'll have all the components. Okay, we're back. We're gonna make a quick guacamole. Super simple ingredients, it's absolutely delicious. So I have a couple of avocados here. They're all sliced up for me, so all I need to do is scoop this flesh out. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see how it's kind of coming out in little cubes, I think. So these are all set. Once we scoop these into the bowl, we'll be adding just some simple ingredients: lime juice, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of red onion, a little bit of jalapeno, and then we will top it off with a little bit of sel de fleur. So our avocados are in. I like to keep my avocados a little bit chunky, so I prefer not to mash them up too much. So I'll just stir them around. We'll add in that lime juice. Fresh squeezed lime juice, please, guys. You cannot use bottled, okay? Please don't use it. We'll add in a little chopped cilantro, our red onion. You can do red onion to taste. Some people like a little more, some people like a little less. It's all up to you. All right. And it's imperative that we finish it off with some of that beautiful sea salt. Sel de fleur right here, thanks again to our sponsor. They gave us this gorgeous sea salt, and that is just going to really finish off this guacamole in a beautiful way, all right? All right, so our guacamole is all mixed. I have this beautiful little bowl. We'll just put it right there. I like to add a jalapeno wheel on top for garnish, just because that's so pretty. I kind of stick it up like that. I think that's awesome. All right, so then we are ready to start plating our beautiful fajitas. So let me grab our flank steak. I took it off the flame. It's been resting, so it's all ready to cut. So I'll put it right here. And then when I cut the flank steak, it's very important to cut it on the bias. And what that means is kind of a diagonal cut, because the fibers of the steak, if you cut the steak along with the fibers, you're going to have a chewy, kind of a tough protein. So we want to, you can tell when you look at it, you can see the way the fibers are running. I can see that they're going this way. So like with most proteins, when you cook like this, they're a little bit more done on the edge, which is great, so that if someone wants it a little more well done or medium, they can have that. But as you can see, as we get into the middle, there's that beautiful pink color. Okay, love it. So this is perfect for fajitas, and we are going to be ready to plate here in just a second. Okay, so we're back. We finished slicing our flank steak, and we've plated our fajita fillings now. So we have our beautiful flank steak. We have some peppers and onions that we sauteed, and they have a beautiful color. We have the borracho beans that we made when we started the episode. Then we have some condiments of salsa, some cheddar cheese mixed with a little mozzarella, and some sour cream and 2 jalapeno wheels alongside our lightly charred tortillas so that we can just pick up the tortilla, stuff it, and we'll have a beautiful fajita. We can have that with our guacamole inside the fajita. We can have it on the side with chips. But no fiesta is complete without a margarita. And I have to give credit to the other captain of Le Rev for contributing his wonderful margarita recipe. This is actually an international award-winning recipe, I have to tell you. He won a contest on this in the British Virgin Islands, and he has kindly agreed to let us do it here today. So we'll start by making the mix, and I have to say it's extremely critical to use fresh juices. These are fresh squeezed lime juice, okay? So we'll add our fresh lime juice, 1 part lime juice and 1/2 part orange juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice is ideal. You can get away with high quality, not from concentrate orange juice, okay? No frozen can, no from concentrate. It has to be not from concentrate. We also have about a tablespoon of sugar. And you can vary that sugar as you like when you taste it, because sometimes the limes are more tart than others. And so it just is a little bit variable. So once we have that mix going, we will add in our liquor. So now we have tequila. We're using a high quality tequila. And this is a reposado. I don't like the silver too much. I prefer a reposado or añejo, okay? So in goes the tequila. And you can visit my website, yachtchefsandy.com, to get the exact proportions on this cocktail. This is a little bit of Cointreau and a little bit of Grand Marnier. Captain Dirk will not allow any triple sec at all in his margaritas. So his philosophy, and as it should be, is if you're not going to drink it straight up, don't put it in your cocktail. Just like if you're not going to drink that wine in a glass, don't put it in your cooking, okay? So with that, this margarita is complete. We will now take our beautiful margarita glass and we'll run this lime right around the rim. And what that does is it just wets the rim a little bit so that our salt will adhere. I like to use a moderately coarse grind of salt. This is perfect, and we'll just dip that right in. Sometimes I drink my margaritas on the rocks, but today we're having it straight up. So here we go. We're just gonna pour our beautiful margarita in carefully so we don't disturb that salt, and that looks absolutely gorgeous. So there we have it, folks, our fantastic Mexican fiesta. Hopefully next time you'll join us aboard for our fiesta on Yacht Le Rev. I am Yacht Chef Sandy, and you can find me on the internet at yachtchefsandy.com. You can find me on Facebook at Yacht Chef Sandy, and I hope to see you again in our next episode.